Good morning, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if there's probable cause for those charges. Probable cause simply means that it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who's committed the crime. Of course, as you stand before me this morning, I presume that you're innocent of these charges. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings, unless and until the state attorney's office is able to prove the allegations against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit, or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised or lowered or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be. If you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this morning. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you had not had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. You all solemnly swear, affirm, tell truth, whole truth, none but the truth? Outstanding. When I call your name, step forward to the podium. Corrine Granberg. Morning, miss. What's your date of birth?
1/3/02.
Ma'am, you're here on a warrant signed by Judge Toner. You found probable cause for a violation of probation. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender? I'll appoint the public defender. The bond on that warrant is no bond. I can't change that. We'll send you back to see Judge Toner on the 28th of September. The public defender will come see you at the jail before you go to court again, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Joan Wischowski. Morning, miss. What's your date of birth?
10/26/73.
Ma'am, I have a warrant for you this morning out of Marion County. The judge that signed the warrant found probable cause for a violation of probation and set your bond at no bond. I can't change that. We'll let Marion County know that you're here and ready to go. I'll give them 5 days to come get you. Shouldn't take that long with Marion. But if for some strange reason you're still here in 5 days, they'll bring you back to see me, all right?
Okay.
Thank you. Zachary Beatty. Morning, Zachary. What's your date of birth?
June 23rd, 64.
Zachary, the charge is trespass. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Oh, ready.
I'll appoint the PD, Steve.
It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, not guilty plea.
Just to go from the most recent 18 trespass, 18 trespass, 90 days on those.
I'm
17 disorderly, 17 trespass, 17 disorderly, 17 disorderly.
You're good.
Yeah, it just goes.
Okay. Zachary, I'm going to set your bond at $500. I'll have you back in court on the 21st of September. If you get out, you should contact the public defender. Otherwise, they're going to come see you at the jail before court, okay?
Yep.
Thank you. Alan Bolchik. Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
October 8th, 1999.
Alan, you're here on a charge of battery being domestic in nature. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, do you wish to represent yourself? You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, Steve.
He doesn't have history, but unfortunately does have an open case in front of Your Honor, 2018 MM2641. Looks like he was issued a notice to appear on that case.
What kind of charge is it?
All I know is that it's a misdemeanor, Your Honor.
Okay. 18 MM2641. When's it coming back?
September 5th.
Okay. Okay, and that's all that's pending or open or history or that's
correct.
It? Okay. Alan, I've got an address for you on Griffin Road in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Correct.
How long have you been there?
2 years.
Do you have a job these days?
Yes.
Okay. 2 years. And that's all that's pending or open or history or that's it?
Correct.
Okay. Alan, I've got an address for you on Griffin Road in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Correct.
How long have you been there?
2 years.
Do you have a job these days?
No, I do not. I had an interview today.
Okay. And you don't live with Ms. Flint, right?
No.
Okay. On this case, I'm going to set your bond at $500. Condition of the bond is that you have no contact with Ms. Flint. No contact means no contact of any kind. You don't call, you don't write, you don't email, you don't text message. You don't contact her through any social media. You don't have a third person contact her. Don't go where she lives. Don't go where she works. Don't have any contact of any kind. Any way that you might imagine contacting her, I forbid you to do that. If you have contact and we find out about it, your bond will be revoked, and you'll be held without bond until the charges are resolved. It means no contact even if she wants to contact. So if you answer your phone and hear her voice, you should hang up. If you're out and about and see her, turn around and run the other way. You need to understand that she cannot drop the charges against you. That is not a decision she gets to make. She may go to the state attorney's office and ask them to drop the charges. She may tell them she's not interested in pursuing this matter, but that decision belongs solely to the assistant state attorney who will be handling your case. So unless that person or the judge on your case tells you the charges are dropped, you should assume they are not dropped, and you should not have contact. In addition, I have to hold you today up until 4 p.m. so that if she wanted to serve you with a civil injunction for protection against domestic violence, we know where to find you. If you get the civil injunction, it's doubly important that you not have contact, because in that case, not only could you get your bond revoked here, but you could get new charges for violating the injunction. I'm going to move this case to the 5th of September. That's where your other case is, and then give you this warning. I could have this morning revoked your pretrial release in your marijuana case and held you without bond until you got back in front of me next week. I'm not doing that today, but that means that you are not going to have any other problems with law enforcement between now and then, because if you do, you will most definitely wind up back in jail without bond. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So both your cases coming back September 5th. If you get out, contact the public defender's office, okay?
All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Craig Keithley? Okay. That's all right, guys. There's probable cause for the trespassing charge. I'll appoint the public defender, set a bond of $500. We'll have him back on the 21st of September.
What day is that, Judge?
9/21. Discretion being the better part of valor.
No.
Lionel Mitchell. Morning, Lionel. What's your date of birth?
10/24/82.
Lionel charges grand theft auto. There's probable cause for the charge. As to that charge, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
You can appoint me one at a time.
Okay. If you're able to hire private counsel, they'll let the PD know. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
State.
Just one prior, but it was 15 years DOC for a homicide case.
Okay. And how long have you been out?
It looks like he got out in 2012.
Okay. Lionel, I've got an address for you on Water Lily Drive in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Correct, Sherman Hills.
All right. How long you been there?
About almost a year off and on between staying there and going to check on my family out in the country, which is Sumter County.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
Well, actually, I work not on pretty much a standard W-4, but like a 1099 gig in another county, and that's how this situation.
Okay. So Lionel, stop. Don't say anything about the facts. Okay. All right. What
Yes,
sort of
sir.
work do you do?
Pretty much like warehouse, like stuff like that.
Okay.
On like a couple of days out the week, and occasionally I'll go to people ready, pending finding a job.
Okay.
You know, based on my pride, it's hard to do that.
Okay. Lionel, I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. I'll have you back September 28th. If you get out, contact the PD right away. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
No problem.
Scott Pike. Morning, Mr. Pike. What's your date of birth?
January 2nd, 1981.
Scott's got 4 charges this morning: possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, operating a motorcycle with no motorcycle endorsement, and operating an unregistered motor vehicle. There's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the PD?
Could you please appoint a public defender?
I'll appoint the public defender. State, what can you tell?
Please.
Yep.
Not particularly recent, or he has a 2003 DUI, carrying a concealed weapon, and a 2000 marijuana case.
Scott, where you been staying lately?
I'm currently homeless, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, you been living outdoors, or you staying with somebody else? What are you doing?
I'm actually just staying with family right now.
Okay. Is there an address where we could send mail if we needed to?
Yes, sir. 1202 Trellis Avenue.
Very good. And are you working these days?
You have King's Moving and Demolition.
Okay. I'm going to set the bond on the meth at $2,000 and on the 3 misdemeanors at $500 each, so it's a total of $3,500. I'll have you back in court on the 28th of September. If you're able to get out, contact the PD right away, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Jordan Ramsay? Morning, Jordan. What's your date of birth?
April 21st, 1998.
All right, Jordan, you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Merritt. Apparently, you failed to appear in his courtroom back in May on a burglary and a possession of marijuana. As to those charges, you wanted to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
PD.
I'll point the PD. Let's see. Jordan, Judge Merritt set your bonds at $7,500 and $2,500 respectively. I can't change those. We'll send you back to see him, though. I'm going to change your date. On the 18th of September, they told you the 28th. You'll be back on the 18th. If you're able to post that bond, make sure you contact the public defender right away, okay?
All right.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Antonio Silva. Want to start with your date of birth?
June 6, 1955.
All right, Antonio, the charge is driving under the influence. There's probable cause. As to that charge, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
A public defender.
I'll appoint the PD, State.
I show no history, Your Honor.
And Antonio, I have an address for you on Westminster Boulevard in South Amboy, New Jersey. Is that where you live?
That's where I live, but I've currently just bought a home over here in Brooksville, and I
Okay.
was just going out for coffee.
Okay. Where's the address of the home in Brooksville?
It's 9103 Southern Charm Circle,
Okay.
Brooksville,
And how long
34613.
have you been there?
I've been there now 3 weeks.
Okay. Is it your plan to stay here?
Yeah, I'm planning to slowly move in. Yes, I'm making my rounds, trying to buy furniture and do what I have to do.
Do you have a job
I was
these days?
No, I'm actually just retired 3 weeks ago, sir.
Okay. What sort of work were you doing?
I used to test software and developing.
Okay. All right. I'm going to set your bond at $500. I'll have you back in court on the 21st of September. If you bond out, make sure you contact the public defender, okay?
Now, who do I contact? How do I get in contact with my public defender?
The courthouse is in Brooksville. If you come to the courthouse in Brooksville, you can find them on the 3rd floor.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Caleb Wardy. Morning, Caleb. What's your date of birth?
8/12/79.
Caleb, I have 2 issues. I have driving on a suspended license and operating an unregistered motor vehicle, and then it looks like you're currently on felony probation. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there's a probable cause arrest for that case, for the VOP, and it looks like in that case you were sentenced in Pinellas County. Is that also correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there's probable cause for those charges. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You want to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Public defender, please.
I'll appoint the PD. The bond on the 2 driving charges, I'm going to leave at the $500 each. Those are coming back on the 21st of September. The bond on the VOP, of course, is no bond. So how this will work, Caleb, is if you can post the bond in the local charges, then they'll have Pinellas County come get you so you can get to work on that VOP. If you can't post the bond on the local charges, then you'll stay right where you're at until we resolve those charges, and then you'll go to Pinellas, all right?
Okay.
We're good. PD will come see you before court. Thank you.
And 921,
Yeah, 921 on the misdemeanors. Justin Wilkerson. Justin, what's your date of birth?
9/30/98.
Okay, got two counts of violation of a injunction. There's probable cause for both. As to those charges, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
A public defender.
I'll appoint the PD state.
2016 battery, marijuana, paraphernalia, 2016 no valid, another marijuana. What he has right now is the open felony case, the battery, ag assault, and resisting.
He's got a misdemeanor in front of me, too.
Okay. I had the case number for the misdemeanor is 18 MM2741, and the felony is 18 CF1423.
See, but these are, I don't know if you looked at the PCs, Joe, but these are odd because...
I believe there's also people present.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get there. I'm getting there. These are odd because it's like somebody went back later. The allegation is that this stuff happened on the 23rd of August, and I think the young man's been in jail for a while now. Your mom?
Yes.
Come on. So I don't think we're going to make it any worse, but all right. Can I raise your right hand for me? Solemnly swear firm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
And state your name.
Lisa McGorsk.
What's the last name?
Lisa McGorsk. I'm his mother.
Magorsk?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how are you today, Lisa?
I'm fine.
Okay. What do you want to tell me?
I went to go bond Justin out yesterday. They were holding him.
Yeah,
They
these
said
are
they're
no
giving him
bond
another
because of
charge.
the nature, right?
They said that he tried to contact the victim, which is his grandmother, my mom.
Okay.
He
And
did
that's
not.
for this injunction. Well, they didn't say he tried to contact her. What they said is the rather resourceful deputy measured the distance where he had seen him and found that it was less than 500 feet. And the injunction, if you read it, says you can't go within 500 feet.
And we all, me, my mother, all of us thought that was way beyond 500 feet. And I don't know how accurate the Google map is.
Yeah, right. And understand,
I'm not sure,
if you were
because
here
it's
when we
terrible.
started this morning, all I'm finding today is probable cause, which is a low standard. It means
Okay.
more likely than not. In order for the state to convict him, they have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. So
Yeah, because 85 feet could
Okay.
not be, he won't be getting
Well.
charged. But I'm here today because I went to bond him out. I got a bondsman. We had it all set.
then
And they held him because they said that he tried to contact the victim by telephone, which
Okay.
is not true.
that's not in front of us today. So
Well, that's why I'm here, and that's why the bondsman told me to come here.
okay.
They're saying that's why they're holding him, to give him another charge for trying to contact the victim on the telephone, which that is my phone number. They have the wrong phone number
Okay. Well,
because they called to tell me.
Slow down, Lisa. Slow down.
Okay.
Because none of that is
I'm
in front
sorry.
of me right now. That's okay. I mean, maybe we deal with that tomorrow. I don't know, but I'm going to set bonds on these because, well, these are what they are. So I don't know about the phone call thing. I don't know if there's something going on. That's not in front of me. I just have these two charges for being within 500 feet of the address that you're supposed to be at.
Something's messed up.
So what I'm going to do is set a bond of $500 on each. That injunction is obviously still in place. So you got to remember that. You just got to stay away from there. These are both going to be back in front of me on the 21st of September. He's got a PD, so all I can tell you is go try to bond him out again because we've taken care of these. If there's something else, they'll have to tell
So he
you that.
did not get a charge, another
I have
charge
nothing
served
for
in
a
jail.
phone call, right?
I don't understand
What I have,
that.
these are
Okay.
definitely violations of an injunction, which making that phone call would be.
Yeah,
but these are not that. These are for.
Well, can I ask you another
Sure,
question,
go
sir?
ahead.
Since they called my house, which that's not where, me and my mom have two separate homes on the property.
Mhm.
They called my phone to let her know that he was out on bond. They need to change that number because that's not letting her know, that's letting me know, and I don't have the restraining order. So they have a wrong number down for her.
Okay.
And I have her paper she gave me this morning, or she can call them and let them know that they have the wrong number.
Yeah, she'll
So
need to do that. Right.
So when he calls from jail, he's not violating.
Yes.
That's what this was about last night, and I couldn't get him out.
Okay. Well, he's got bonds on these now. Like I
Okay.
said, I don't know if there's anything else you'll find out when you get down there, I suspect.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yeah. Yes?
Am I allowed to ask my mom one thing?
Sure, go ahead.
Mom, are you getting me out today, or?
Yes, son.
Yeah,
I was trying to get you out last night,
She's
and
trying.
it got messed up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You bet.
Okay, buddy.
Good luck, please.
All right, thank you. Love you.
Manuel Padilla? Morning, sir. What's your date of birth?
11/13/92.
Manuel, it's got a felony possession of marijuana. There's probable cause for the charge. As to the charge, you wish to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
PD.
Appoint the PD. State.
2016 failure to appear, 2014 failure to appear, marijuana and possession of controlled substance, 2013 marijuana, 2011 felony battery, and 2011 battery.
And, sir, I have an address for you on Bromley Ave in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
2 years.
All right. Do you have a job these days?
No, sir.
We'll leave the bond at the $2,000. I'll have you back in court on the 28th of September. Very important that you contact the public defender when you get out, all right?
All right.
Very good. Anything else?